Hey there everyone, my name is Nocktion and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Now last time we have gone through almost everything there is to the true ending of the game, which is the freedom ending where just turn off the machine and go outside. This time we are going to the right side, which is supposed to have the more interesting endings. This is the part where we disobey the narrator with every single thing we do, with all our existence. So let's get into it.
This is the story.
Okay, we remember Stanley. So, okay. I wonder if one of these days these
All
doors are
of his
going to open.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I still don't really understand how could you miss a memo so much that basically everyone disappears in your office, but yeah. Alright. Anything changed? So, this time we take the
When
right
Stanley
side.
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
I know.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
See.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been
Exactly,
worth
can I
the
get a drink?
detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, I would, but I can't buy a drink. Not a coffee.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Of course, I'm just gonna have a coffee, just relax a bit. Like, come on, my boss disappeared. I don't have anything to
At this
do.
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
It's Stanley's fault. It's all Stanley's fault that everyone disappeared.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
But there is more dialogue. You're still talking. Are you gonna talk more? Why can't I jump? Oh, it's a new mug. #1 dad. Yay! Fuel. Well, I sure do agree with that. I don't know why there's blood underneath it, but I sure do agree with it.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Well, maybe I go that way first.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I think that's just gonna bring me back to the same story, so let's try this thing here first. Oh yeah. Another elevator. And hopefully this one doesn't break down in the meantime.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
So can I go to the right? I need to go to the right? Nope. Alright. Is there anything else here? No.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
You kidding me? But I want to go to the left. I think if I can be quick enough.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Even he forgot his dialogue.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right? Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
To the car. Okay. Whoa.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just...
I just wonder who turned this on.
Oh, who am I kidding?
Because this needs two
It's
buttons to be
rubbish
pressed to
now.
turn on.
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
So you're saying that I need to go back to the exact same place. Alright,
All of his co-workers were gone.
I just do as you
What did it
say.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this new? I don't remember there being paper spilled. And the blood coffee.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
And there's more doors as well.
Did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
Nope.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It
Exactly.
was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find the story.
Okay, that leads to a back room over there. Huh. That just brings me back to the... Let's go this way. So this brings me over here. Awesome. This kind of reminds me
I'll
of
say
a...
it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it
Please don't.
unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Really? Just bring me back to the
All
place
of
I
his
started.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's just amazing how many things there are to this game. And oh, now there's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alrighty. No, nothing there. I was hoping that one of the doors opened. Is that a bloodstain? No.
Aha!
This is
I
different.
knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
This is just looping around.
Wait,
No.
never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What I wanted to say earlier in the area where we were trying to find the story, the adventure with all the doors, I recently saw another game that was very
Now
similar
this-
to that.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no.
Okay, now what?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
So I recently played a game that was very similar, an indie game. Oh, that's interesting. And there was a monster following you, and you had to go through an office building that looked really, really similar, but the whole thing was like a maze, just like that adventure area.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost,
Oh,
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
oh, that's cool.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
You're getting really
Now, we can
philosophical.
both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
I sure do understand you.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yes. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba. This is amazing. Corporate imbalances. Oh, gee. What? That's really strange. That's really trippy. Peer reviews. Wow.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
Uh-huh.
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I observed the fern. Isn't that narrator just making up stuff too? instead of having a story? Okay. I think I remembered it. For whatever reason do I need to remember it?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
Also, the line is
Restart.
trademarked. I don't know if you noticed in the subtitles, but there was line TM. Okay, let's start again.
You know what, Stanley?
But-
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent
But-
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
No.
Something exciting, daring,
But I love this
mysterious.
line.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
You already took my broom. Why you have to take my line too?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
Let's start in
I'm
another
ready
circle.
for it. Oh, no, not
Yes,
you
the
again.
line.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No, I'm going to follow this line. It's awesome. But it goes up the roof. Come back.
Ah, a choice.
Whoa.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay.
That
so
surprised
I know
me
that
for a bit.
each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
So he's saying that the right door is right. The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart
Stanley
the game
dies.
eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yes, you will.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
So now you're
How
going to
would we
restart.
even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Yes, you will restart
So-
the game.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Ouch. That was very loud. And now he forgets.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yes, he did.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But the doors are back.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Now I'm curious if I
Thank
stay
goodness
there.
Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
I wonder if I stay here longer. Does the dialogue change or not?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and
That's the
something.
same.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he
Let's try it
detoured
again.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
It's amazing how many secrets there are to this game.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, Oh, no. No,
Oh.
it's to the right. My mistake.
Can't.
No, not the right. Why would
So
I
it's
have
going to be
ever
the same.
said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Yeah, that's the same.
A few moments later.
Isn't employee 432 somewhere
All
here?
of his co-workers were gone. What could
Oh
it
yeah, he was
mean?
fired.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Partition Corp. Alrighty. So let's get going to the right. No, it's closed again.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely
So going
restarted
down
the game
starts
over,
the
completely
confusion
fresh.
ending.
Everything should be...
So the adventure line, when it loops back to this room, it branches out and it comes over to this way. So I want to try what that does.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here
Let me
it
just get back there
comes.
quickly.
No, wait. Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Okay, so I'm back here.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
That's also different. So this line just brings me back to my office, but... And the line doesn't branch here, but this door is open. So I'm curious what happens if I go this way.
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
So that doesn't change anything. And the line's just gonna bring us to the same place again.
Oh, no.
One eternity later.
When Stanley
So
came
let's get
to a
back to
set
the
of
right side.
two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope, this time I'm going straight.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's very useful. What does it say? A4. Okay. I wish I could open that with some card. Can't get up there. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping of the cargo lift, $5,000. But I will be dead.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
There's
fact
a way
is
there,
that
and
the
there's a way
story
there.
has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
Who is
Your
she?
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
And who is she?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Alright. That suddenly became very bright.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh no.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really
I
going
don't
on
want to.
here.
I hate you.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Death. Good morning, employee 427. Press U on your keyboard. Can I just leave? No. I really hate you. You.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Is this a work desk?
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
So this place is slowly changing into my office as I'm pressing buttons. Okay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
0. Oh.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the
Baby?
Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. I would do anything to prove you wrong. Also, since when am I 427? Wasn't I 437? So you're not going to do anything until I press that button. I'm just going to be standing here for a while. See if anything happens. Well, I've been standing here for a while and nothing happens, so I guess I'm just going to press the button.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Put a mirror in front of me. Well, I would want to question it, but you don't do anything if I don't do anything, so I might as well just go ahead
I
and press the
suppose I
button.
can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What have I done? Just so you know, I did press a button. I pressed button D and I died. So I don't know it's because I pressed the button or it was just intended that way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And I think I missed an opportunity there. This changed.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So what I find really fascinating is just the fact that whatever you do, something changes. Like the dialogue back there just changed.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley.
So
Your
I
chance
saw
to redeem
something
yourself,
here that might
to
work.
put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
There isn't much you can
That's
interact
her,
with, but
Stanley. You need to be the one. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
yes, I
That
did.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Haha.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white.
You're such a
roll
liar.
Credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh no.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Choice.
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice.
Is this
He
from the
could spend
60s?
years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which
Just like how
choice
he's
would
smiling.
you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been.
There certainly is one good choice you can make. You can like and subscribe right now. That's the best choice you can make in your life.
This way, please.
Alright, let's get back into it. Oh, so this just... You don't give me choices
Now that we know
anymore.
your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Is this not reality? At least to Stanley. Woo. So this just gets me back to start, I guess.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
And what if I don't?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the
What's
other
going on
direction.
here?
Perhaps we're not too late.
That's really messed up. That's really messed up. Keep dry. Can I just go this way again? No, he won't do anything anymore. What if I go this way? Nope, that's locked as well. Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
This
Is
looks
it
like a
better to shut the
staircase.
game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What
I
do I
get on
do?
top?
What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, you don't.
I have to.
You shut down the universe, not the game.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here.
And now
Here in
that's
this
even more
pile of
creepy.
Rubbish. With you, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
No,
That
there's
thought
not.
hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Nope,
There's a world
not at all.
outside of you. You're a child. Oh,
No, that was a long
my
time ago.
story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That
So this
means
is just
choosing
going to
responsibly and
bring me
always
back
putting
here.
the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
This is just going to loop me
Behave
back.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's go this way then. If you're so insistent. But this looks
Yet there was
normal
not a
now.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's logged.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No choices. The executive toilet doesn't exist anymore. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Do I have to actually speak the code?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Well, that doesn't work.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
No, sorry. Can't.
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
You forced me to.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please.
I need you to make a choice.
The
I need you
end.
to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to
Oh.
make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Nope.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
I can't do anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, so. What happens if I jump off
When
the
Stanley
elevator?
came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
There's a guy who loves the car.
Truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, still not gonna do it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Okay.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Danger
What?
everywhere.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Don't stand on this side of the fence. Well, too bad, I'm already standing here.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, let's try both.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And
No,
I think,
cannot.
well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What if I don't take it? Oh. Does it restart? No.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes.
That's very
it's
pretty.
Beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
That's a little trippy, but I like it. It's pretty. Wow. So many particle effects. Yay. That's great. I'll leave now.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Away from you.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs.
Oh, yeah.
If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Goodbye, narrator. And goodbye, life.
No!
Ouch.
Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Yay!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
It's not possible. So, can I actually die if I keep falling down from there?
Is it over?
Yes.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay, so this time I want to go through the blue door.
Difficult, but the fact is that the story has been. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red
Oh,
door.
the red one. So the blue one.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Debug
Broken
textures.
rooms,
Yay.
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth
Prototyping
ruining the
textures,
entire
to be more
story I had
precise.
written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be
Absolutely.
honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Yeah, it did.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Awesome. Also, is that a outhouse door? Ooh. Worldwide leaderboard. So many people. This is you. That's not me. You're objectively ranked. Well, then I go back this way.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, because you put me last.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Sure,
Perfect.
I'm down for
Let
that.
me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards
Oh, no.
danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
So that's just it. Oh no, the baby!
Heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Well,
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game
Thanks.
is so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Alright.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Alright. Oh, a dirt house.
This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside.
A work of art.
You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Okay. I can't.
Isn't it grand?
Yes, I can.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
I already hate seeing dirt houses. I don't want to see diamond houses. But sure, if you say so. Hold on, but I can't go back.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Well, we have coal here.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
I had a skeleton and a spider.
Yes!
Oh.
I don't even know what this game is, but I love it.
Me too.
You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be?
This is so good.
I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
I love it.
Oh, It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what?
Hey.
I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you
Why did you
stumble
do
through
that?
any more of these games.
Oh. Stanley Parable Alpha Test. Please rate your experience. Beta. Work in progress. Did I break the game now? I'm just not sure where did the narrator go. Oh. Four, two, three. Well, those are still working. So can I actually find my office? 427. This is awesome. And I'm just not sure if anything will happen here. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
But I thought the end is never the end. How could the end be here if the end is never the end? See, it says the end is never the end. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I wonder if anything changed on the way to the freedom ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Oh,
he
this just
turned around
reset.
and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The bathroom is back. And it cannot be opened. Neither does this. So, I remember
Stepping into...
yeah. This door takes way longer to close than the others. So, and this open now. And now I can go back. Can I go all the way back to my office? Oh, that door is open now. Hmm. You are now leaving. To where? 427. That's the same place. Can I use the lift? No, I cannot. Whoa, it's very smoky. Also, did anything change? No, that's still the same office. You're telling me that every single floor has the same offices. And how long do I keep going upstairs? I think there's one more floor only. Yeah. Escape pod lounge bay. Wow. This doesn't seem... Oh. So what happens if I just stand here? And I'm pretty sure maybe if you keep playing with the baby for 4 hours, it's going to do something. But I'm not going to wait 4 hours for that.
A few moments later.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of
Oh.
the game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Alright. So I've been standing here for around 2 minutes and nothing happened.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh. I did that somehow. Hang on. Oh. Oh. Can I jump out? Oh. That's cool.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
A
and
lot.
this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I am really tempted to come back. So let's just restart and come back here.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So what if I say yes?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Let's do that.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible.
Well, I think that's the perfect ending for us. I believe we have gotten everything except for maybe waiting 4 hours for the baby. But if I have missed anything else, just let me know down in the comments below. I really think that this is a one-of-its-kind type of game. It has a lot of cool, trippy, and sometimes a little creepy stuff to it. But if you enjoyed it, I highly recommend you play with it yourself. The link is in the description. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, this has been the Stanley Parable. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!